Hi everybody, it's Kathy. As you can see, I'm kind of gingerly walking here. I'm outside. It's a very gray day, but it's very comfortable. It's not raining. I don't know exactly what the temperature is, but I think it's in the 60s, probably upper 60s, maybe 70 at the most. It's actually, this is what you look for when you're videoing, is so that you don't have any, anything over your shoulder and the sun blocking or giving you glare. I'm going to try and walk slowly so I don't make anybody, including myself, dizzy. I wanted you to see my sidewalk garden has run amok. I guess it's good, and it isn't. I'm showing you the garden at the side of the house. There was gladiolas there, which are finished blooming. The hibiscus, it's loving its spot. Unfortunately, their blooms only last a day, but they have tons of blooms ready to go. This is sedum. That started as a very small plant maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and that's doing very well there. And oh, my bunny fell down. He must be hurt. Marigolds, orange and yellow. I'm not in favor of orange and yellow except for fall, but as long as they're filling a spot and they look good, they're welcome. There's a small rose bush in there. That was new this year. It's got a little tiny pink rose on it. And then strawberry and red begonias. And this hydrangea was a very early bloomer, and it's kind of going south. I could take them off and put them in a vase. And you see, I got a bag here. I'm putting some more mulch down, and then there's a sedum on that side of it, and then some more gladiolas. And so Mama Duck and Baby Duck are kind of laying back and getting tan, I guess. And there's 3 humongous hostas, and they do very well also. They come back every year. Then here I trimmed back my lavender, and it's starting to flush back out again. And then there's another sedum, and then there's a Dusty Miller, and there's a little dianthus there. And then next to that is another sedum. These all these sedums were one, and I broke them apart, or they broke, and I just replanted them. And then at the very end is a limelight hydrangea, which is blooming, but it doesn't get enough sun, I don't believe, because it's blocked by 3 lilacs. And then we have the sidewalk garden, which has run amok. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to leave it the way it is or not. I started out with, there's Brady in the window. Not a minimal amount of plants, but enough plants that there was plenty of space in between, or so I thought. The only perennials in there are the 2 hostas. And on this side, there were 5 very small begonias and 2 small Dusty Millers, and then alyssum. And alyssum goes crazy. I've already had to cut that off the sidewalk. And then is Dusty Miller on this side, and it's kind of a repeat. It's not exactly a mirror, but it's kind of a repeat. And the yellow marigolds, and then the red, which has gone beyond, was 6 very small. I think they were called black cherry is the color, and they are, I can't think of what they are. It'll come to me. The pot behind it with the flag in it is a geranium. The bush on the left is a yellow rose. The one on the right up next to the house, is a lemon tree. I don't know what I'm going to do with that for the winter. I did ask a good friend of mine if she would take it for me, and she graciously agreed that she would, as long as I wouldn't hold her responsible if anything did happen to it. And of course I wouldn't. but I'm not sure whether I should go in, and I think I'm going to just leave everything alone there and let it do its thing. It seems pretty happy. And back next to the rose bush, I have two, I believe they're limelight hydrangeas. And then there's a hydrangea in the back, which it looks beautiful, and it's been fed, and it's got plenty of water, and it has chosen not to bloom. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's afraid of Lily. Lily is standing next to it with her umbrella. She needs it today. And then there's just a hanging plant, just a run-of-the-mill. There I go again, I can't remember. Impatient. And along the side of the driveway is some orange marigolds. The marigolds, I'm not that crazy about orange and yellow, as I've said, this time of the year, but they do help considerably when it comes to the deer. And then we'll go this way, and around the maple tree we have some daylilies, which I really don't do anything for. I don't have to, because they're invasive and they take care of themselves. And then I have this guy. I bought this at our local, it's called Adams Fairacre Farms. I was looking for a mimosa tree, which they wouldn't order for us because it's out of our zone. We're in a zone 5, and they claim that they're more of a zone A, and I said we have one and it's beautiful and it grows really good, and they said yeah, but we're responsible for the first year we guarantee, and we're not going to guarantee something that's out of its zone, which I understand. This guy is just a black-eyed Susan, and I'm going to take that and put it down by the road. A rhododendron. I had to cut a lot off it this year. It got burned this year because we didn't wrap it last year. We usually put burlap around it, and that takes care of that. And there's a, at the corner of the property, I forget the type of it is, but it's it's a grass, but I can't think of the particular type. As we go back here, we gotta cut all this down, and this thing is a weed, or it wants to be a tree, but guess what? I'm not letting you go, boy. The rose bush is pretty much shot. It is about 35 or 40 years old. I've trimmed it back, I've fed it. I think it's seen its day. This is an azalea that's so big that it's getting up above the window, but this is not the right season to trim those things, especially in the heat. The hosta, this is a rose bush too that needs to mind its P's and Q's and stay a little bit smaller than it is, and it's not on, I don't like the angle it's on, let's just put it that way. This is a butterfly bush. Oh, there goes a butterfly. I chased him away. Maybe he's coming back. See? And he or she does very well with the butterflies. And the butterflies do their job and love it. It's very, very pretty. It kind of looks pink on the screen, but it's more of a maroonish color, a pink maroon. Very pretty. And that also you cut back in late fall or early spring right to the ground within maybe 4 inches, and it will come back. And that's, you know, if you can get any of these butterfly bushes, they're well worth it. And then I'll probably trip here over the hoses. And this is the hibiscus in the bucket. This is pink. It's doing okay. It's got several flowers on it. And on this side, strawberries, which look nice, but so far all I got is that one little flower. So I don't think they must, I'm not sure. I'm thinking they're ever bearing because they're definitely not spring bearing. And this mess is a box of wildflowers that I just opened up and spread around this spring. And this is an azalea which needs to be planted. It was very, very small, so I put some strawberries around it. And now you can hardly see it because it's gotten very big and the strawberries are taken over, and there's one white bloom of strawberries there. And oh, this is my Blackstone, which I got in February from QVC, and I never got it put together until about 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't used it. I have to what you call it, you know what I mean? I have to get it ready to be used. And my grandson's on vacation. He's coming back and said that he will take care of it for his grandma. I will clean it, and then he probably will do the cooking. You just oh, I'm sorry, I'm making you very dizzy, I'm sure. You have to clean it up and then put it on high and let it cook for about 10 minutes, and then turn it off, and then do the same thing a little bit later, and then I guess it's ready then. That's, from what I understand, that's what it is. Geraniums, so pretty with the dark centers and the light pink, and they look white on the screen, but they're really not. They're just pink. And this is my peppers. I'll step back for that. It's two small plants that were sold as one in a small container. And as you can see, there's a good sized pepper on there, and there's lots of flowers. So this guy needs to be, where am I? Yeah, this guy needs to be picked. And then this is another hibiscus, which isn't flowering at all now, so I think I'll try and feed him. And this is, I don't know, that'll come to me too. I'm sitting on the corner of the sidewalk, and I went out with my neighbor one day and came back, and it was laying in the driveway all broken up. So I'm assuming I backed up and hit it, but my car never beeped or made a noise or let me know that anything was there, so that was very strange. And then as we go straight out, careful you don't trip. Careful, 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 careful. We picked up some branches so that this could be mowed back here, and it still hasn't been mowed, but we've had a lot of rain. And then there's Elvis. Another hibiscus, a pink and a red, and a white hydrangea, and a butterfly bush that's purple behind Elvis. And there's 2 or 3 more of those enormous grasses. The ornamental, that's what I wanted to say when I was looking at the one down front. Ornamental grasses. I'm walking in a lot of wet. And there's a hibiscus in there too, which is not that visible because of these grasses. That's huge also. And there's a poor rose bush in there trying to survive. You really can't see it at all. And this center, it's not really weeds, but it needs to be weeded. There's just not enough hours in a day, and too much arthritis in my legs. And then there's some hostas as we come across, and some daylilies. And I think that's about it. I don't have anything else. Oh, the mimosa's still blooming, the one I talked about earlier. I'm heading toward it. It starts late because it is tropical, and it's almost like you don't think it's going to get any leaves or bloom, and then they're there. It's not in very good condition because I think I've told you before, it was hit by that tree before it was taken down. A big leader fell and broke the whole side of the mimosa. But generally speaking, it's a beautiful tree, and it looks like it has little feathery leaves on it, but you can see it needs professional cleaning. And my husband's like, nobody's touching it. Oh, I got to. Shh, don't tell him I said that. Okay, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you for walking around with me. I hope it wasn't too difficult. I don't always do that, as you know, because basically I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you, I appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up and a like, which is a thumbs up, and share, and I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Bye now. Have a great day.